Hi Travel Bugs, we are Diane and Guillermo, and we retired early in 2018 to pursue the dream of financial independence. We travel all over the world in search of our little paradise to call our forever home. In this video, we visit Lisbon, Portugal, a wonderful city becoming a popular location among expats. It's a historical city full of stories to tell, where the sun shines 290 days a year and the temperature rarely drops below 62 degrees Fahrenheit. A city where you feel safe wandering around day or night, where the cuisine is dedicated to creating over 1,000 ways to cook the beloved bacalhau, and restaurants to suit every taste and budget. Discover Lisbon with us. Cost of living, rent prices, attractions, and much more. Is it our paradise? Let's find out. Lisbon is the capital and the largest city of Portugal, with an estimated population a little over 500,000. Lisbon lies in the western Iberian Peninsula on the Atlantic Ocean and the Tagus River. It is one of the oldest cities in the world and the second oldest European capital city. So let's take a look at our requirements. Walkability.
Short walks to markets and shops.
Average weather.
Nothing lower than 65 degrees and no hotter than 80.
Cost of living.
Has to be low and affordable.
Transportation.
Ride-share services, bus, metro, bike lanes. No more than 45 minutes away from an international airport.
Distance to the beach.
Ideally, less than 2-hour drive.
Home prices.
Under $200,000 US to buy or less than $1,000 a month to rent.
Safety and security.
We want to be able to walk at night, good police presence.
Things to do.
Outdoor activities, music, art scene.
Good, affordable medical care. Close
to major hospitals and low insurance premiums.
We added a more detailed breakdown in the video's description below.
We took off from Guadalajara, Mexico, flying with United Airlines. We like their services and the staff is always friendly. After a long flight, we arrived to Portela Airport. There's no shortage of ride-share services. We took an Uber and in about 24 minutes we arrived to our Airbnb in the center of Lisbon. It was a cozy place, and like many Portuguese houses, it did not have central heating or good insulation. The houses can be extremely cold in the winter, and so you may find yourself wearing a jacket and gloves inside to keep warm.
Lisbon is the oldest city in Western Europe, predating London, Paris, and Rome by centuries. We started our journey riding one of the most popular tourist attractions in Lisbon, the antique tram service. Built in the 1930s, in any other city they would be housed in a museum, but in Lisbon, they are an integral part of the public transport network. You don't need to own a car here. The city offers great transportation, including buses, trams, funiculars, trains, and metro, and even boats. The wooden tram transported us to Alfama, one of the oldest neighborhoods in Lisbon, and also the historic heart of the city. Wear appropriate shoes and allow plenty of time to follow your curiosity down narrow alleyways, With steep, narrow cobblestoned streets, it is easy to get lost, but also the best way to explore it. Find the hidden restaurants, try delicious local cuisine, drink ginginas, craft beers, green wine, and toast with new friends. Finish with a piece of feijão pastel, our favorite of the day. And don't forget to experience the fado feeling. Fado is a mournful and unique music style. Said to have been born in Alfama, the songs are serenades of love, usually sad, unanswered love.
We flew into Lisbon in January. The weather was a bit chilly and wet during that time as expected. With its Mediterranean climate, Lisbon enjoys the warmest winters of any large city in Europe. Lisbon receives most of its rain from November through April, but more than half of the days during that period are sunny. Lisbon is close to a stunning coastline of beautiful white sandy beaches. Many of the region's finest are only a short bus or train ride away. There are sandy coastlines easily accessible from Lisbon, starting north with Ericeira, a top surfing location, and down south where you find Costa de Caparica, top seafood location and fun nightlife, only 29 minutes south of Lisbon. If you're looking for warmer water, the Algarve region has some of the most beautiful beaches in Europe, only 2 hours away.
On the morning of November 1st, 1755, one of Europe's most powerful earthquakes struck Lisbon. The devastation caused many Portuguese to question their religious beliefs, as it happened when they were attending Mass celebrating the Catholic Holy Feast Day of All Saints. The petrified citizens of Lisbon evacuated the destruction of the churches, seeking safety in the open docklands, unaware of the impending tsunami. 75,000 people in Lisbon had died, making the earthquake of 1755 one of the most deadly natural disasters the world has ever experienced. We visited the Carmo Church, one of the few surviving buildings after the earthquake. Today, the roofless structure is open to the sky, showing the remains of the arches and rubble that caved in during the earthquake mass. The resilience of the Alfacinas to rebuild their city took a massive undertaking and brought the city back to its glory, making Lisbon a true survivor.
We visited the Mercado de Ribeira, located in the city center and Lisbon's main food market.
Divided into a traditional produce market and the Time Out Food Hall, a must for food lovers. There are over 30 stalls from Michelin-starred chefs using local products and creating cuisines to satisfy any appetite.
are so nice here in Lisbon. The chef thought that one of the scallops was a little too small, so he sent a new one. Isn't that great? What we're finding out in the restaurants, they bring you optional side dishes like olives, cheeses, breads, jams, butters, and they actually charge you for everything that you use. Now they give you the warning in some places that it is optional, but yet yesterday for our breakfast we actually didn't realize that, and we used a bunch of butters and jams, and he charged every single one of them. So something to know, something to be aware of.
Lisbon is one of Europe's best kept and affordable secrets. The cost of living may not be the cheapest as it becomes more popular, but definitely cheaper than the US and most Western European cities. Cost of living in Lisbon is 63% more expensive than our current home base in Guadalajara, Mexico, but it's 35% cheaper than back home in Fairfax, Virginia in the United States. Although it is an increase on our current expenses, we believe it would be well worth it in exchange for the higher quality of life.
Lisbon is a colorful and vibrant destination, blessed with a wealth of historic monuments, world-class museums, and amazing art. We headed over to the Alcantara district, a former industrial area, home of an old manufacturing complex recently turned into one of the most creative and innovative hubs in the country. For those art lovers, this is the LX Factory.
Home of Lisbon's finest waterfront monuments and museums. It was from Belém that the explorer Vasco da Gama set sail in 1497 to a pioneering sea voyage to India, rounding the Cape of Good Hope and reaching Calicut in 1498.
The Geronimos Monastery, one of the most visited sites in Lisbon, built to commemorate Vasco da Gama's return. We couldn't make it inside the monastery, the lines were too long, but we visited its church, the Church of Santa Maria de Belém. Very unique in the world, the temple has a single nave and is held up by 6 beautifully sculpted columns, and the church seems to go on forever. Nearby, you'll find the peculiar Belém Tower, built in the 1500s to defend the Tagus River and protect Lisbon from enemy ships. It was built with elaborate craftsmanship and is decorated with beautifully carved stonework.
Across the Tagus River, you can admire the magnificent 25th April Bridge. It is the longest suspension bridge in Europe. It has 2 levels. The top level is for cars and the lower for trains. It was designed by the American Bridge Company, also responsible for its brother, the San Francisco Bridge, the reason why they look alike and are often compared. It connects Lisbon with the municipality of Almada. Here, you find the magnificent sanctuary of Cristo Rei, a Catholic monument and shrine dedicated to the Sacred Heart of Jesus Christ, overlooking the city of Lisbon. It was built as a grateful gesture to God for sparing Portugal from the horrors of World War II.
The Portugal National Health Service is available to all full-time residents who have registered with the Segurança Social. This can be done as soon as you receive your residency visa and make the necessary Social Security contributions. Private insurance is available from many international providers, as well as Portuguese health insurance companies. Each has its own particular requirements, so it's a good idea to shop around. The system itself is considered world-class and one of the top in Europe. The cost of private health insurance in Portugal is relatively cheap compared to health insurance plans in the US and Northern Europe. We currently use an international health insurance provided by Vumi for approximately $150 a month.
According to the 2019 Global Peace Index, Portugal is the world's third safest country. Only Iceland and New Zealand are considered safer, and neither has the weather, beaches, or low cost of living that Portugal has. Pickpockets can be a problem in Lisbon, and burglaries in areas where people have second or empty homes. We felt very safe day and night walking all around the city. The streets were well lit. The only time we even had a remote feeling of discomfort was late night in Bairro Alto, at a corner bar area, when we were approached by a man trying to sell drugs. As with any downtown area, we politely said no thanks and kept moving.
Whether you want to immerse yourself in the city center or close to Lisbon's major attractions, or enjoy the peace and quiet of the city's surrounding areas, there's somewhere to suit every lifestyle. From bustling shopping districts and thriving nightlife hubs to cozy local neighborhoods and scenic coastal towns.
These diverse neighborhoods are within commuting distance of Lisbon's city center, relying on good metro, bus systems, bikes, and walking. Accommodation costs vary depending on where you want to live in Lisbon. Porto, parts of the Algarve, and the Silver Coast have seen a rapid increase in rental and purchase prices. Although it's still very affordable, the rest of the country is still incredibly inexpensive. We joined a few Lisbon expat Facebook groups and Ubered around looking for the buzzing neighborhoods among these expats.
We started with Arroyos, a unique neighborhood situated in the city center of Lisbon in a hub of arts, hotels, and restaurants. It's diverse, has a lower cost of living, a number of universities, and voted as one of the coolest neighborhoods in Lisbon.
Next is Avenidas Novas, located in central Lisbon. This residential neighborhood is popular because of its flatness and easily accessible by bike. It offers large and relatively expensive apartments that are popular among middle and upper middle class workers.
A little further from the center, Parque das Nações is a modern, vibrant neighborhood that has flourished since its construction for the 1998 Lisbon World Exposition. The area displays contemporary architecture and many bars, restaurants, and malls. It also offers a variety of open parks and a scenic waterfront. It has good transport connections to the city center.
And finally, the neighborhood of Príncipe Real. It is within walking distance of the city center, attracting the attention of many expats, but property can be expensive here. Often hailed as one of the most fashionable neighborhoods in Lisbon, it is home to some of the city's hottest restaurants, bars, art galleries, and alternative shops, making it one of the most sought-after areas to live in. With the addition of Buddy to our family, although our dogs don't require major space for activities, we do now have to think about outdoor space for these pups. We would love to live in the inner parts of the city, but unfortunately, that may be a bit more difficult on all of us. Outside Lisbon, for the extra space and cheaper rents, a few neighborhoods sparked our attention.
We heard a lot about Caldas da Rainha, a medium-sized city in western central Portugal. The fairly modern center is pretty flat, but the older parts are on some hilly area. It's 55 minutes from Lisbon center and 6 miles from the coast.
Cascais is another beautiful area located 18 miles west of Lisbon, famous for its sandy beaches and busy marina. Cascais is one of the wealthiest areas along the Iberian Peninsula. Homes are among the most expensive.
We left one of the coolest neighborhoods for our last exploration, a small town called Sintra, located also on the Portuguese Riviera. It's only a 30-minute journey from Lisbon. The pleasant mountainside settlement is also a UNESCO World Heritage Site and offers a great deal of tranquility. While the cost of property is a lot cheaper than the city center, you can still expect to pay a hefty sum for a renovated place in this fairy tale town. Sintra, we also visited La Quinta da Regaleira, a decorated 20th century villa located in the historic center of Sintra.
Here, you will find a fantasy fairyland with whimsical palaces, extravagant structures, luscious landscapes, and even castle ruins, all spreading throughout its hills and undergrounds. We were mesmerized by its hidden initiation well, concealed passages, and mix of Gothic, Egyptian, Moorish, and Renaissance architecture. It was truly a journey into an imaginary universe of symbolism and metaphor. We were lucky to see this quartet perform during our palace visit. Their beautiful melodies were the perfect ending to this unique experience. We hope you get a chance to visit Sintra, especially the Regaleira estate. You will never forget it. What an incredible trip. I'm ready to pack up and fly back to live the European lifestyle in this warm-hearted country.
We spent a week researching and enjoying Lisbon. We absolutely love the feel of the city, the warmth of the locals, and we were very excited about going back, sooner rather than later, hopefully.
Lisbon is the second city after Valencia, Spain, to meet all 10 of our living requirements. It adds more excitement to our soon-to-be decision.
Although the yearly average weather is 3 degrees below our weather requirement, we still believe outside temperatures are pleasant, and we could address the indoor issue with space heaters if we had to.
Compared to many places we've been, Lisbon is an extremely clean and meticulous city, right down to the details of the beautifully intricate tiles on the sidewalks.
The citizens of Lisbon are so proud of the city, and it really shows. Based on a conversation with one of our Uber drivers, the Alfacinas police themselves and really care about their community.
After learning about the devastating 1755 earthquake, we understand the pride of this city even more. We love being able to spend time in the old areas and new. We can get the best of both worlds right next to each other. Portugal has been awarded the world's leading destination for 2019 by World Travel Awards, ranked as the #1 country to live, invest, and retire for the last 4 years by Live and Invest Overseas.
And also, according to CNN, Lisbon is the coolest city in Europe, praised for its nightlife as well as its fascinating streets and the many historic districts.
While some neighborhoods are great for families with children like Benfica and Alvalade, it's something we tend to avoid now that our son has grown. We want to immerse ourselves in the up-and-coming neighborhoods that still have that Portuguese flair, but also modern amenities. Lifestyle influences your preferences and living requirements. Lisbon and the surrounding areas have something for everyone. We didn't even visit the stunning beaches due to the time of year, but get this, there are 352 blue flag beaches in Portugal.
And about 29 wineries in the Setúbal region, right next to Lisbon, a big bonus to quench our wine lust. These are just some of the experiences that are making us truly consider Lisbon as a place to call home.
What we loved most is the relaxed atmosphere and the kindness of its people. Time moves slow there, and after living most of our lives in the United States, this change of pace is exactly what we're looking for. It also helps that English is widely spoken, and Portugal offers a relatively easy residency visa process and allows dual citizenship with the USA if you want an EU passport.
It is now October 2020, and we continue to stay inside in Guadalajara, doing our part to stay safe and keep others safe. Stay tuned for our next video, Seeking Paradise in Guadalajara. I know we've been putting off for a while, but it's going to be great.
Thank you for watching.
Please like and subscribe so you don't miss our next one.